The United States House of Representatives is set to vote on potentially contentious legislation this week concerning the Chinese Yuan and its artificially fixed rate to the US dollar. On September 24, 2010, members of the US Senate's Ways and Means Committee voted in majority to send the new bill to the House of Representatives to be voted on. The bill would allow for the United States to place import duties on countries with fundamentally undervalued currencies. It is an attempt to restrain China's ever-increasing trade deficit with the United States. Currently, China exports over $145 billion more in goods and services to the United States than the United States export to China. In the current political and economic climate in the United States, with employment at a high of 10%, the government is desperate to encourage some form of growth for American industries, even if it comes at the expense of damaging trade relations with their biggest trade partner, China. It is unclear how China will react if the bill is successful, as they have cooperated and yielded to the American pressure in the past by increasing the rate of exchange of the yuan in June by 2%. However, on the 23rd of September at the United Nations, China's premier indicated displeasure, stating that an increase in the currency would cause severe job losses and trigger social instability in China. President Obama's Director for Asian Affairs, Jeff Bader, expressed restraint as well, saying, "We want to see that any legislation is consistent with our international obligations and consistent with the World Trade Organization's guidelines, and ensure that it is in our interests." One has to examine this mode of operation for the long-run effects of sovereignty. There will be repercussions if this line of action is taken. After all, what effect will this have on long-run U.S. relations with China? Is this not interference with the sovereign economic decisions of that nation? What are the long-run consequences for other young markets who wish to implement protectionist measures to grow their economy? Will they also be the target of import duties if the United States sees fit? This may not be the case now, but if this kind of activity prevails in the long run, it may open the gates to allow censure of any economic plan that runs contrary to U.S. policy in any country. It may also have a reverse effect, where China seeks to increase trade with its other trade partners. It is hoped that all of these issues will be taken into consideration by the governing trade bodies, the World Trade Organization, and the United Nations.